I am Sarala Katgiri, Associate Professor from Department of Political Science, CS College of Arts and Commerce, Kunkoli. Today we shall discuss Unit 1, Edmund Burke. The name of this module is Ideas on State. Now in this module, we are going to discuss Burke's life sketch in brief and his writings and Burke's ideas on state. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand and explain the life sketch of Burke and elaborate Burke's ideas on state. Burke was born in Dublin in 1729 AD. His father was an attorney and a Protestant by faith, and mother was a Roman Catholic. Burke graduated from Trinity College, Dublin. In 1759, Gerard Hamilton, Secretary of Ireland, appointed Burke as a member of his staff. This appointment gave Burke an opportunity to acquire experience about the practical politics in the government. This helped him to get elected as a member of the parliament in 1765. He was a great orator. His reflections on the French Revolution and his ideas on the role of representatives of the people are valid even till today in the Western political thought. Burke served as a private secretary to Prime Minister Lord Rockingham. He was a great conservative and was also against despotism. Burke supported the freedom movements and fight against imperialism in Ireland, America, and India. In 1769, imposition of Stamp Act by the British government on America provoked violent colonial opposition. Burke argued that the British policy should be flexible and more pragmatic. Burke believed that government should establish cooperative relationship between the rulers and the subjects. He also emphasized on the dangers of mob rule. Burke defended constitutional conventions, political parties, and independence of member of parliament once they are elected. He was the leader of the Whig party until his retirement in 1794. Even after his retirement, Burke continued to study the political situations and express his views on the political issues in Britain and the world around. After 3 years, Burke died on 9th July 1797. Some of his important writings include Thoughts on the Cause of Present Discontents, which was published in 1770, American Taxation, published in 1774, Conciliation with the Colonies in 1775, Affairs of America, published in 1777, Reflections on the Revolution of France, published in 1790. Now we shall discuss Burke's ideas on state. Burke was primarily a conservative thinker. He never recognized any abrupt or radical change for the upliftment of a society. Burke studied political problems from historical and not philosophical point of view. Unlike the social contract theorists like Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau, Burke believed that society is but a contract between the dead, the living, and those yet to be born. While constructing any civilization, due weightage needs to be given to our ancestors, ourselves, and those yet to be born. According to Burke, state is an organic growth with roots reaching far back into the infinite future. The individuals who compose the state receive their inheritance from their ancestors, and they should pass it on to the yet to be born generations. He said, society needs to reflect the past, consider the present, and meet the needs of future generations. Burke said that state is a partnership in all science, it's a partnership in all art, partnership in every virtue and in all perfection. State is also a partnership of those who are living, of those who are dead, and of those who are yet to be born. The present is connected to the past as well as the future. Men enter into political partnership for the pursuit of knowledge and virtue, but not for the temporary ends of material self-existence. Burke seeks to conserve the natural environment. He said, due consideration is to be given to future generations. No generation should be so arrogant as to think only of themselves. In judging governments, and insisting reforms. The statesman should be guided by considerations of expediency, that is, what is advantageous and what is not advantageous, and not by abstract principles. According to him, the statesman shall promote the welfare of the nation, which means material welfare and the moral and spiritual well-being of the people. The ideal state should rest on the principles of expediency or prudence, loyalty, moral equality, temperance, and regulated liberty. An ideal state should have a free constitution, a potent monarchy, a disciplined army, a reformed and venerated clergy, and a protected, satisfied, laborious, and obedient people. This shows that Burke was really a conservative personality. Burke attacked the revolutionary concepts of the rights of man and popular sovereignty. He said, "It is easy to destroy, difficult to construct or create, and far more difficult to recreate." He emphasized that experience is the greatest teacher. Burke identifies a society with state. The forces which no individual can fully comprehend largely determine the way in which a state evolves and develops. He said, when men make changes, they should do them with restraint and caution. Burke emphasized, he says, the consequences of their actions cannot be foreseen and may conflict with the most fundamental interest of the community as a whole. Therefore, Burke was basically a political personality. He was a politician. He is remembered even today. His political ideas are remembered even today in the Western political thought, but not as a political philosophy. These are the further references on Burke for your further reading. Thank you.